Welcome to Tzu Chi This Week. I'm Anita Lee. It's good to have you with us. Coming up, we join Tzu Chi volunteers at the handover ceremony of Kindergarten Durocher in Haiti. The Tzu Chi Philippines Chapter rolled out a livelihood program at the Great Love Village in Palo, helping residents build a better quality of life. Tzu Chi volunteers in China help a care recipient who suffers from a neurological movement disorder seek medical treatment at the Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital. Having provided relief to Haiti since 2008, the Tzu Chi Foundation was quick to respond with assistance and post-quake reconstruction following the 2010 quake. This year, Kindergarten Durocher, a school located in Salino, Port-au-Prince, that began construction in 2012, was completed and handed over to the National Association of Girl Scouts at the end of July. Volunteers hope that the school will serve as a beacon of hope for the underprivileged children of the community.
The school is so important to us. Without it, children would just sit here all day and never get an education. With education, they will be able to flourish, and that is the only way they can realize their full potential. Our new school is beautiful, and I believe it will bring about positive changes to our people and community. We used the church as a transitional school after the quake, but we are so proud to have our own school now.
The students will be moving into their new classrooms. My students and I will have our own classrooms. I will have my own desk and chair. And there will be a fan in the classroom. We will have everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the inauguration ceremony of Hualien Durocher Kindergarten.
We helped Haiti National Association of Girl Scouts rebuild this kindergarten. The Girl Scouts have actively served the community of Salino for many years and have never left. With a total of 9 classrooms and other facilities, the entire school covers over 10,000 square feet of land. The school has been built to withstand a Category 4 hurricane and magnitude 8.5 earthquake.
C'est le moment attendu où l'école Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital va être remis au guide d'Haïti. Sous vos applaudissements, s'il vous plaît. C'est bien réel, l'école Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital pour les guides d'Haïti. Et ce matin, nous inaugurons.
Today we are inaugurating a building, and this building is just like a bank. This is where children can invest in their future. Education is the pillar of our modern-day society, and children are the future of Haiti.
This is your school, and started from today, it belongs to the community. We wish we can see more children accept receiving education.
Through the Tzu Chi inspiration spirit, they can do it and they can help each other. This is their community. This is their students. This is their building. Education of hope is right here. It's going to thrive.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you so much, Tzu Chi. NIHAS. Bye-bye.
It's just as tremendous as the other project. This school represents the love of Tzu Chi to the people around here, and I'm sure they would appreciate it, and I'm sure the impact to the community will be permanent.
Education is the foundation upon which we build our future and is necessary for the development of a community. Having a school in this neighborhood means that progress is possible and we can move forward. Although right now it's just a small seed, but gradually it will grow into a big tree, which will bear fruits, from which everyone will be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor.
During summer break, Tzu Chi organizes camps, each with different themes. While camp attendees in the United States learn to help their parents with household chores, teenagers in Taiwan visited a care institute. But first, let's join a camp in Malaysia.
Looking at the ingredients, the boys who seldom cook were at a loss at what to do. Meanwhile, the girls of another team had already created a dish.
We are safeguarding a forest with snowman to combat global warming.
Children assume we should make fried chicken and other delicious food since they like them, while in fact we should cook more vegetarian dishes for them because we love them.
After cooking, the camp attendees learn more about vegetarianism from a talk on nutrition.
Embracing vegetarianism is not about whether you like vegetarian food or not. For me, it is about one's responsibility to protect the environment and to stay healthy.
During the 3-day camp in Malaysia, Tzu Chi volunteers also arranged a debate between children and parents. The debate is not meant to emphasize conflict, but to facilitate communication within a family.
From the debate, I hope they will understand why we worry for them.
Holding their parents' hands, the children take a moment to express their care and try putting themselves in their parents' shoes. Through the activities, children and parents came to understand each other a little bit better. Turning to Taiwan, Tzu Ching's in Tainan held a summer camp for teenagers, during which camp attendees learned to develop good habits, such as making their beds.
It is very helpful to form good habits that we can practice in daily life.
The camp attendees also visited the handicapped at a care institute, where they learned to cherish their blessings.
We have comfortable lives, but today we got this rare opportunity to come here. In fact, I had fun interacting with them, and I learned to cherish what I have.
During the camp, the teenagers also knelt down to offer tea to their parents to express their love and appreciation. Then the youngsters put their gratitude in writing. Meanwhile, the U.S. Tzu Chi headquarters also held a summer camp for children, and the lesson today was household chores.
He began to fold his clothes. He only has one camp uniform, so I wash it for him every night. But then he said, "Mom, let me do it myself."
She began to take the initiative to do household chores. She said she wants to help me, so she threw out the garbage and put away the bowls and chopsticks.
The moms praised their children for their willingness to share household chores.
I learned how I can help my mother so her hands won't become dry and rough.
Etiquette means no talking while drinking tea. Following, the children learn to serve tea as well as arrange flowers.
Although driving a truck is predominantly a male job in Malaysia, Tzu Chi volunteer Chen Mei tested for a truck driver's license after learning that recycling truck drivers were understaffed in her community. Now every Saturday, Chen drives around in her community, helping residents fulfill their commitment to the recycling effort.
An office worker during the week, every Saturday morning, Chen Mei-ye drives around Kuala Lumpur picking up recyclables from the city's business and residential districts.
Instead of spending her precious Saturdays relaxing or with her family, she's out here collecting recyclables. Her spirit of service is truly remarkable, and I believe it is something that we should all learn from.
我觉得是相当是蛮佩服的这种牺牲的奉献的精神。
Chen Mei-ye got a truck license as Tzu Chi lack drivers to pick up recyclables in this part of Kuala Lumpur. Now every Saturday, she partners up with another volunteer in picking up recyclables from stores and homes.
When you put on the uniform, that means you should be ready to handle the responsibilities of a volunteer, and thus you won't be distracted by what people may think. Every volunteer gives in this way, not just me. Although I do have a truck driver's license, it's not really that big of a deal.
She is very dedicated to the job and a really hard worker. She volunteers to drive the truck and organizes the recycling effort with the other volunteers.
Volunteers like Chen Mei-ye do their best to bring their love and dedication to wherever and whenever they are needed.
A year and a half after Typhoon Hualien, residents in the Philippines are gradually getting their lives back on track. This is largely in part thanks to organizations like Tzu Chi, who have been committed to helping the country and its citizens recover and rebuild. In July, Tzu Chi implemented a livelihood program at the Great Love Village in Palo, with the hope of providing locals with resources to build a better quality of life.
Excitement is in the air here at the Great Love Village in Palo, as residents, Tzu Chi volunteers and the mayor gathered to celebrate the rollout of the livelihood program, marking the first step towards a bright future.
Free installation of every house in the settlement area.
Most of the villagers will have a job, whether it's in our village, in our livelihood, or outside of this village. And they will be, the children will grow up to be good citizens.
As part of its mid to long-term assistance, Tzu Chi volunteers hope to develop and expand resident skills to enable them to be self-sufficient and build sustainable livelihoods. Some of the training includes farming, cooking and baking, and sewing.
By purchasing the vegetables grown by our villagers, we can save a lot of money.
I
enjoy working in the kitchen, and I've learned to make great vegetarian food.
Local government officials have also shown their support by purchasing food made by the villagers. Rochelle, who does not live at Great Love Village, has taken it upon herself to deliver these baked goods on behalf of the villagers.
I was jobless, and this is the only way I can earn an income, which supports my family. Tzu Chi has been helping us in different ways.
Volunteers also invited a teacher to teach women tailoring skills and how to operate an electrical sewing machine.
I'm very willing to teach them what I know.
If I can make 10 or 20 pieces of clothing a day, we can earn 100 to 200 pesos a day.
Staying true to their promise, volunteers have taken concrete actions to help victims of Hualien become independent and self-sufficient, changing their lives for the better step by step.
At the end of a wooden pallet's life cycle, it can also be used as fuel. Knowing that the Jingsi abode still has a stove that burns wood, the owner of the Universal Container Terminal in Xiji donated all their decommissioned wooden pallets. To help realize the owner's kindness, Tzu Chi volunteers from Geelong came to process the pallets.
It is a busy day at the Universal Container Terminal in Xiji, but today's focus is about environmental conservation instead of revenue. Many Tzu Chi volunteers from Geelong have come here to help take apart discarded wood pallets, as the owner knows that Jingsi abode still has a traditional stove that burns wood, and thus decided to donate all decommissioned pallets at the terminal. However, each pallet must be taken apart before being sent to Hualien, as they are nailed together by sharp long nails. When cutting them down to size, one must fully concentrate. Thus, to prevent accidents, all volunteers are focused on the job and no one talks.
This can be recycled and reused, so we shouldn't let it go to waste.
Each and every one of us is a seed of goodness. We all have a pure nature, so we are all doing good things together.
When the day's work is done, volunteers made sure to pick up all nails and sweep up all the sawdust before sending the neatly packaged wooden boards to Hualien.
39-year-old郑大耿of Futing, China, has suffered from dystonia, a neurological movement disorder, for more than 20 years. With the help of Hualien Hospital and Tzu Chi volunteers, Zheng set out on a medical treatment at the Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital in Taiwan.
His body twitching uncontrollably, Zheng Dagen gets into the car from his wheelchair with difficulty. Suffering from dystonia for more than 20 years, 39-year-old Zheng Dagen is seeking medical treatment in Taiwan with the help of Hualien Hospital and Tzu Chi volunteers. After his neighbors wave goodbye, Zheng arrives at Tzu Chi's Hualien branch, where he received a warm welcome. Having gotten the precious chance to treat his illness, Zheng shared his gratitude with children attending a Tzu Chi camp there. Continuing his journey, after riding in a car for hours, Zheng wanted to throw up. Under the volunteers' care, however, color gradually returned to his face. Next, Zheng took the high-speed rail from Futing to Xiamen Airport, where his former army comrades came to see him off. Many people across the Taiwan Strait are also ready to lend a helping hand. At the airport, 3 volunteers from Fuzhou accompanied Zheng as he boarded the airplane. Having received so much help and support, Zheng expressed his deep thanks in writing.
Following Zheng Dagen's arrival to the Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital, medical staff have since conducted a series of tests and held a meeting to discuss further options.
39-year-old Zheng Dagen has suffered for over 20 years, as past efforts to cure his illness were to no avail.
帮你握住，你不要处理，好不好？来放松。
Accompanied by Tzu Chi volunteers, Zheng came to Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital from Futing, Fujian for treatment. Doctors, however, first gave him a thorough checkup. As Zheng's condition means he can barely speak, he types on his cell phone to get his message across. The medical team held a meeting after checking on Zheng's conditions and decided to first improve on the symptoms associated with his myoclonus.
After our checks today, we found myoclonus seems to be his main issue. In Taiwan, such a condition is most often associated with problems with mitochondrion. We want to find out the cause of this problem, and we will also prescribe supplementary medication to try to improve the effect of his current medication.
The medical team explained their initial treatment plan to Zheng and his family, soothing the anxious heart of this patient who came such a long way in search of hope.
At a concert organized by the Tzu Chi Shanghai Liaison Office, amputee Guo Weiqi used a story to encourage Bali water park victims not to give up. Meanwhile, the Tzu Chi Youth Orchestra from Long Island, the United States, began their 15-day tour across Taiwan, bringing encouragement to the injured through their music.
To spend their summer holiday in a more meaningful way, the Tzu Chi Youth Orchestra in Long Island flew from the United States to Taiwan as part of a 15-day concert tour. On their first stop, the young musicians arrived at the Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital. The purpose of the tour is to pray for those injured in the Bali water park explosion. Many were deeply moved by the beautiful music.
The orchestra play spread out the love for those affected by the Bali water park explosion. I was deeply moved to see how these youngsters have extended their blessings to the burn victims.
The orchestra consists of children between the ages of 6 to 12, most who have grown up in the United States. Following the success of last year's tour, the orchestra made it a point to bring their music to Taiwan once again. Besides practicing on a regular basis, the orchestra also holds performances back home.
I'm happy to have the opportunity to perform in front of others. It brings us tremendous joy knowing that our music can bring happiness to seniors.
Tzu Chi hospitals are embedded with the organization's humanistic spirit. It is a great place for children to nurture a heart of compassion. By witnessing suffering firsthand, they can learn to cherish their blessings.
Over the course of 15 days, the orchestra plans to tour around 4 other Tzu Chi hospitals and the Tzu Chi Senior High School affiliated with Tzu Chi University. These young musicians hope the power of music can bring peace and blessings to all burn victims. Meanwhile, at the Tzu Chi Shuanghe Liaison Office, beautiful music fills the air. It is hard to imagine that the pianist doesn't have hands.
Nobody says that we have to play the piano with 2 hands. I play the piano with both of my fists.
This is Guo Weiqi, who was once a healthy child. Unfortunately, when she was 7 years old, she was forced to amputate both her hands and feet due to illness. After undergoing years of rehabilitation, Guo has transformed into a brave and optimistic girl.
People have to cut their nails, but I don't have to.
Under the invitation of Tzu Chi volunteers, Guo Weiqi decided to take part in the concert. Guo hopes her story can bring encouragement to the burnt victims of Bali water park explosion.
The illness took away Weiqi's hands and feet, but it didn't take away everything. Her perseverance and positive attitude can definitely inspire those in similar situations to put their sorrows behind them.
Weiqi's positive mindset is truly admirable. She's a role model for all of us.
In the years to come, Guo Weiqi's never give up spirit will continue to encourage even more to overcome obstacles with courage.
The consequences of neglecting dental health include toothaches that can cause unbearable pain. This is especially true for refugee children in Malaysia who have had to live with such pain due to poor oral health. To help, team members organized a free dental checkup at the Tzu Chi Free Clinic in Kuala Lumpur. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.